again from the loading screen this episode is because I didn't know where we were going to be going to. Okay. So, here's the deal, guys. Last episode, we had a bit of a fight, and we got blown up a little bit. We know that they're going to be bringing in a bunch of drones. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and lock this in place. We need to get... It says they're under attack. Now, my thought is we go in fast. Get in there, come on. And we only have the one GAT, and we also have... our assault cannon turret, which I am going to set that to take on neutrals and everybody. Okay, and then let's go ahead and set the gyros Gatling turret to also be hit. Everybody will max out its range as well, and we're gonna target all of these. Okay, good, and weapons, and we're gonna go in, and we're going in hot. Wait, hold on, before we go in, I do want to do one quick thing real quick, because they'll probably try to blow this up. Let's go ahead and I want to get a, let's see, we need that, we'll need those, that, and right back here, I want to set up, we'll do it right here, I want to set up a another control in case they blow it up, because we can always do one of these. And I think, oh, we'll do it yellow. That works out good. And we'll do it right here. Alright, cool. A secondary control location, because they might, in the last time we did this, they actually hit our cockpit first. I'm thinking if we do this, we'll have a backup way of controlling things, and hopefully we can bring those drones to their knees. Alright, cool. So we have a backup control section, which is actually really smart, honestly. Alright, let's do this. We're going in. We're going to take these guys out. Maximum prejudice. We're not going to sit in one spot like we did last time. Now, this may end up... We may end up losing everything. This could toast us. It's an all or nothing gambit, so let's do this. We gotta close the distance. We have a AI defensive block. Alright, we're taking them on now. We've locked on with them. Alright, thanks for joining, guys. Alright, looks like, oh man, has it paused again? Alright, drones inbound. Oh no, they got us big time here, guys. Yep.
No fuel.
Yeah, assault cannons down. Yeah. Yeah, this is bad, guys. Wow. Dang. This is not good, guys. These guys are just chilling, waiting for us to get out of our cockpits, aren't they? Alright, let's see. What do we have? Do we have our reactors? Do you have any of our... Or did they shoot out our reactors too? Yeah, they... Yeah, wow. Okay. Well, our survival kit's still in place, but we're out... Our batteries are toast. Yeah, I have no... Wow. This is bad, guys. Why am I... Oh, the reactors are leaking, that's why. Alright, cool. Oh no, survival kit's offline, that's horrible. Oh, this is bad. Alright, do we have... we don't have a Pro 1 or anything, do we? Oh, this was a bad idea, guys. Oh my gosh.
Your health is low.
Going down fighting, guys. And we're toast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a very bad plan. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that happened. So that would be the end of the Scrapyard Pirates Life Mars edition. And yeah, we had a really short episode. It was literally like 7 or 8 minutes or something like that. And yeah, so boom, done, blew up. Oh, dang. Okay. So yeah, so that happened. Oh my gosh, you guys, that means we got to start all over from the beginning again. We'll have a regular respawn rover this time and not the custom job of crashing, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so wow, okay. Dang. Do we want to end up on one of the Martian moons? That would be interesting. So we could do that. Let's see here. Yeah, that would be something different. All right. Let's do it. All right, guys. Instead of respawning back on Mars, we'll spawn on one of the Martian moons. Here we go, guys. And we will go back down to Mars eventually and get our revenge on those pirates. Here we go. Okay, so this is a little bit different. We start with the standard respawn rover up here on the moon of Deimos. I think we'll call this one Deimos. I didn't really name them. So the body location, I think it'll stay there for a while. It gives us an idea of where it's at. So yeah. We're gonna do some scrapyard stuff on the moon of Deimos. I have never done a moon scrapyard before, so let's give it a shot. We have our starter moon items. Let's see here. We do start with our survival kit and oxygen tank, hydrogen. Now we're gonna see if we can survive here. I'm not entirely sure what, if anything, we'll find, but we'll head towards Mars so we can look and see. Okay. A lot of jumpy here. So we're gonna see if we can find stuff on here, and then the goal has now shifted from being on Mars to getting to Mars because they destroyed us. Wow. Oh boy. And I don't know if there's anything to be found up in the salvage locations on the moon. We may end up running out of supplies on the moon too, because, or whatever, because this, here's the thing. I don't know what Deimos has on it. I don't know if there's anything salvageable on it. I don't know. I've never done a scrapyard on a moon before. So this will be something new, something different. Okay. Is it saving, or are we gonna find something? I mean, this could be kind of cool. I mean, it's not exactly what the plan was, but maybe we'll have a scrap base here. Wow, we got some air. I feel like I'm playing, what is that name of that? Hill Climb Racer. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played that game, but this really reminds me of Hill Climb Racer. Okay, this is looking pretty treacherous right in here, so I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. I'm always nervous when I'm going around areas where there's potentially large craters, because, you know, I don't want to get stuck in a crater because we aren't doing any kind of mining per se. So, I mean, we could probably mine for ice, but that's about it. And there's the other moon, platinum, nickel, blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter because we aren't doing that. We're salvaging stuff. That's the whole point. So off you go. So yeah, but it is apparently easier to be on out of these. Okay, yeah, this is some fun driving. I'm not gonna lie. This is fun. Okay. But where's the salvage? Like, there's got to be salvage locations on here. Alright, so like I mentioned last episode, if you're ever in a place like this and you can't tell whether anything's spawning, what do? You go to your menu, you go to admin tools, you go to entity list. Holy mackerel, there's a bunch of stuff here. Oh. No, not really. Most of that's drones for stuff. Wait a minute, the desert wolf is still there? Oh yeah, that's right, because that wasn't a respawn pod. Okay, so that's still there, the desert wolf. It just doesn't have power. Well, it's not that it's going to do any good anyway. I'm going to see if there's... Yeah, it's all static grids. Well, we'll see how it goes. Okay, when you get stuck like this, you go here. You go into here, you go to view, you go to spectator mode, and it takes you right back to where you're at, in case you guys are curious about that. So all the encounters are on Mars right now. Well, that's frustrating. And there goes my body location. So now we really don't know where anything is over there. You know what I think, guys? I have a feeling, well, we don't know. There might be a station up here somewhere, because we do have economy enabled, I'm pretty sure. So let's carry on and see what we can see. This episode might be a let's do some fun driving on the moon episode because that's about what we're doing so far. Get some air with our vehicle. That's great, great, great. All right, cool. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to take this really tough jump right up here. See what's on the other side of this. If we can do it. We best not roll it because that's our only survival kit and we really kind of don't want to die. Nice. Okay, well, we're going up and over these. And we're going to make it, we're going to make it, we're going to make it. Nope, we're not going to make it. Okay, we're going to roll down backwards. Yeah, that's okay. And then we're going to go forwards again and get some momentum. Carry us up the side here and over the edge. Okay, now I don't know, that will probably despawn. I'm so sad though because I really didn't want to be toast on that one. I kind of really wanted to get into that base, but wow, if those weren't a lot of drones to attack. I mean, that was like, there must have been about 5 drones there. There was like, I've never encountered a pirate facility with that many drones. Okay, this is going to be tricky. No, no. There you go. Good deal, good deal, good deal. Go back up this way. Get out of this hole. No, 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 no. There you go. Alright, cool. Alright, let's avoid the holes. I like the flats, but there's not that much of that on here apparently. Apparently Deimos is full of all kinds of these kind of things, so that's what we're gonna go with. It keeps pausing like that, and it keeps making me wonder, you know. Unidentified signal. Okay, does that mean that we've got a respawn of locations maybe? That could be kind of cool. I'm trying to find a spot where it's not quite as bouncy. I mean, good gravy. Essentially, we're just kind of flying around here. Alright, let's see here. That's quite a view, guys. I have to admit. Okay, of course the weather's clear. It's gonna be clear. It's the flippin' one of the moons of Mars. Okay. So, what are we gonna do here? We gotta find some salvage to get started with our scrapyard stuff. And it did not give us a location of a economy base, which is kind of frustrating because I thought for sure that was gonna happen. I thought for sure we'd get a location of an economy base, but I don't know. Of course, you can always check to see if economy is enabled. It should be enabled in this series. Of course, hard to say what's going on with that. Oh, nice. Here we go. The beauty of 0.25G. Alright, so again, we're going to stop. We're going to check and we're going to see if there's any new spawns? Well, there appears to be the Factorum spawns, but I didn't see any others. Before I started this episode, I should have taken the Factorum off of there because they're really not something we're going to be dealing with in this series. But nevertheless, it's there. But there are apparently other encounters. Let's see here. See, I hate that they show you what it is, because I kind of just want to. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, it's just pieces and bits, and then there's the stuff that's down below on the planet too. Yeah. Huh. Well, that's frustrating, because without some salvage, we're kind of sunk up here. Because you can't really scrapyard where there's no salvage. And I don't know why. Oh, man. Well, here we're going to do this. I think it might be better if we deleted all of those encounters that obviously we're not going to go to. Get those deleted off of there. I really would hate to get rid of our desert wolf, though. But, you know, we could leave that in place, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. If anybody knows how in a console game to activate or cycle the encounters so that we can start getting encounters in a new location, that would be wonderful to know. Because as it stands right now, all we're doing is driving around. There's nothing spawning. And I don't like that. I feel like it's already got its queue of spawns. So it looks like, yeah, all the queue of spawns are in place. Huh. Of course, what we could have done instead is spawn back on Mars, drove our vehicle over there. So we kind of sunk ourselves in a way, putting it up here. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave those things there. The Factorum junk is already there. We won't worry about that. But I think what we'll do is we have these encounters right here. And I think, I don't know how much, what does it say? Grid presence normal, no, it's okay. I'm trying to see if there gives a block count. Yeah, it doesn't say when these things spawn in and spawn out. Yeah, I'm really curious. I haven't had this situation where it took so long for something to spawn in as an encounter. So that is what I'm thinking about. Well, there's... So I'm thinking we go... Leave our grid down there because that's ours. And then if we clear these ones here, that should cycle up a new encounter profile, because those are on a 2-hour cycle. Well, this is on a 2-hour cycle because we activated it while we were going after it. So I'm going to go ahead and clear these. And then that should allow us to cycle up some new encounters, this time on the Martian moon. That would be my guess. So we're going to give that a try, guys. I appreciate your patience, guys. I kind of put us in a little pickle here by changing the series to start on the Martian moon instead of back on Mars again. But I feel like whenever I do a series, I feel like you should have to you shouldn't have to respawn without a respawn point on the same thing. Like for a series, we have multiple locations that we can respawn from. There is one location that we definitely are not respawning in, and that would be the Earth location. And for those of you that were noticing the planet list, Earth is not exactly the Earth we all know and love. Oh no. Looks like we're going down to hole after all. I was trying to avoid that hole, but that's okay. Yeah, Earth has had bad days. I feel like if I'm going to do Mars and Earth, I don't necessarily... Ah, yay, what did we find? Where are they at? Over there. It's an ore processing facility. GCEX ore processing facility. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but hey, it is an encounter. See? That worked. So we're going to do the pirate part of the Scrapyard Pirate's life. And the ore processing facility is neutral, but it doesn't mean they're not necessarily going to be nice to us. An ore processing facility, if I recall, is not necessarily going to have a lot of stuff, but it'll have some stuff. So it'll at least have some materials for us to salvage and potentially get ourselves a better rover for this operation. And start our scrapyard base on the moon instead. Hopefully, if I remember right, I don't remember exactly if a ore processing facility does have weapon systems we're going to be able to use, but we'll try to salvage everything we can. Hopefully, it's got some materials we could use, some equipment, preferably some blocks that are going to be useful for us. So yeah, that'll be good. The only thing that in a scrapyard game, of course, we only have a couple of things we can't do, and though we might not be able to do any kind of mining beyond ice, it doesn't mean that we can't process ores if we can find a refinery. But we're kind of limited in a scrapyard setting what we can use those ores for. So like we can make munitions, we can make tools, things like that with them, but we can't make components to build with. Those components we have to salvage when we go and find our scrap, just like the blocks that we have to find. So there is a slight limitation for ores, but it doesn't mean we can't sell them and purchase if we can find a trade station, which apparently is very hard to find in this series. I know they're out there because I did activate economy. I'm positive of that. Now, I thought about using the there's a mod for economy that I was using before the update. Oh, come on. Oh, don't you even think about it. No, no, no. I don't want to end up like that. Boy, this is a really nasty little crack of the moon here. Gotta get out of here. So I was saying is there's a mod. It's economy overhaul. They have it listed as obsolete because the it allowed you to do a lot of the things that the new economy update did. Now has you do on your economy stations. However, there is an element to that mod, and I really hope I haven't tried it yet, but I really hope its compatibility still works out well. Because really, like, I'm jumping over everything and then I hit the edge of that one and it's like a wall. That's not fair. That's not nice. No, the thing about it is that it makes it so that you, if you get on their bad side, they have guns on them and they shoot you, and they bring in fire support in the form of drones. So that, which is, I think, is a really cool kind of spin on the whole reputation portion of it, which I think is really cool. Not only that, but they also defend against pirates and stuff. So say the pirates come at you and you go to a station you're friendly with, they'll launch drones and attack the pirates for you, which I think is so cool. It really wow, that's a steep one. It really helps with the reputation aspect of it, which I think is really cool. But again, I don't know if it's compatible with the new economy update or how it changes things. And I noticed that, and I also don't know if it doesn't, if it is compatible. And oh, really? This is literally too steep. Are we seriously saying this is too steep? You have got to be kidding me. There we go. Okay, that's better. All right, coming down, and there we go. Cool. So I'm thinking that if that works, I'm going to test it out first before I do it in a series or anything. And I'm thinking that the only thing about the new economy for scrapyarding I don't like is the fact that it has the that section on ships where you can repair and salvage entire ship grids. That does not, for me, that does not work for the whole. Whoa, 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 whoa! What in the world did we just encounter? Oh, it's a missile frigate. Oh, that's right. On a moon, you get to deal with space stuff too. All right, let's get back over to the plan here. I'm gonna have to do something about this thing's. All right, let's drop down here. First of all, get down to the level of this. Daggone it! No, not in a hole again. This is like the nightmare, to fall in a hole that's too small for you to really do much with. All right, and we're up. So yeah, if that works, then I don't know, if it doesn't have that, it could work out pretty well. I don't know, it's hard to say. All right, let's get really close here. I don't know if this thing probably won't bring any. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, I just had a thought, guys. We're not on a planet. Does our backpack work on a moon with this no backpack on planets thing? That's going to be an experiment. I've never used this mod that I have on here where you have no thrusters for your backpack on a planet, but I've never done that with on the moon, any of the moons. So that's going to be an experiment. All right, so we're going to pause here. I want to see if my backpack works on a moon, or is it like out of the gravity well? It works on the moon. Ooh, okay. Since it must be an atmosphere thing. Okay, cool. Well, this changes things because then we could do that. Then that means we don't have to risk our vehicle to go over there. So yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's drop that over there. We'll keep these. We'll drop this in here because we don't really need that. Okay. Alright, so we've got a respawn pod marker and an antenna. You are getting awfully close. Alright, let's do it. We might get toasted, we might not. Hard to say. Alright, now, here's the tricky part. Okay, so if we get in here, then, okay, so once we start grinding this thing, they're gonna start messing with us. So I'm thinking we hit this one here. Or, well, our respawn pod is over there. So, if we hit the respawn pod there, oh, it has a refinery. Okay, so yeah, let's stop messing with things and just get in here and do it. No, I don't want that. I want this. Now, technically, I want to disable this. Yeah, so I thought. Alright, so now that we've disabled that, oh wait, the broadcast controller do anything? No, probably not. Okay, so we're gonna try to go in through this door here. And what I want to do too is, let's see. I wonder if I can, I don't want to lose that weapon that we just ground off, so now I wonder if that'll angle down and try to shoot this. So let's put it down here. Whoa! Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Alright, that way it's... I don't want to lose it, so we're gonna put that there. Let's go ahead and keep cutting this down. We're gonna go in here. I want to capture what's inside this place. This is gonna... We're gonna claim this, because we're going to strip this down just like we did last time with when we found the relay. We're going to do the same thing with this facility, strip it down for components and stuff like that, although this time I am wondering whether or not we want to go large grid. I don't think I want to. I think in this case, I think that this will be our first salvage, and then we'll go use this as I don't know. We'll figure it out. I haven't quite decided yet. I just don't want to be surprised by any inside weapons. Yes, we're going to claim this entire grid because we're going to utilize the whole thing. It's now going to be salvaged, so. Anything in here useful? Yeah, we'll grab those. Take them with. Well, actually, you know, we don't need them because all we're going to do is ice. So, yeah, no, that's not useful. Okay. Now that gat is up there. Try to get these doors open. GCEX is not going to like us, but I'm really hoping that I'm just really hoping that we're going to be able to utilize this and it'll be worth. And let's go ahead and yeah, okay, good. Okay, let's see. Anything in there? No. Oh, good. What do we got? Oh, great. Grain. Can't eat it. We can cook it, though. Money. That's useful. Except we have no idea where there's any stations. Actually, I do need to sit on the toilet for a second because we are low. I can see that we're low on our energy, and why not? Okay, so first thing is I want to take out the big gun. Second thing, we could salvage it if we don't get it. Oh wait, I might get this ready. There could be something poking. Sometimes they stick stuff in weird spots. Nope, okay. What do we got here? We'll take the salvage silver. I want to consolidate this stuff in a location. Alright, we're gonna put, let's put this in there. We'll take this out of here and this out of here. Get this stuff consolidated right here. Cool. Trying to get all these things hacked so that they're not going to be adding to a potential problem. I don't know, but I want to be able to at least have them not an issue. There's our battery right there. Alright, so we're going to put that cargo container here, and we're going to leave the yellow there. I kind of like that. Now we're going to start stashing stuff inside of here. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I need to get to that. So the best way to do is get rid of that. Alright, and then let's put an angle block here. Bring this down to a non-functional status without grinding it up, because I don't want to set off the machine gun over there. And then once we do grind down the machine gun over there, we're going to reset that so that we can use that to take out the other anti-personnel turret. Alright, now that other gun is up there. Let's see here, that angles that way. Yeah. And I'm thinking... take this off here, and we'll actually hack this. And then that will let us put some stuff. Oh, nice! All kinds of goodies in there. Okay, let's drop those in there. We're going to do another angle block there. Man. This thing's going to fall on my head. I know it. Yep. Well, dang. If I do it If I set this up over here, is there a way to get up and over there without... Okay. So what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna go this way. I want to get over here, so I'm out of the line of fire of that gun over there. Alright, now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put this block... Oh wait, I gotta get rid of that one, that's right. Okay, so... Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you there. Now I don't know if it'll trigger it or not. We'll see. It might start shooting at it, might not. Oh shit. Pardon my language.
Your health is critical.
Ah, no.
Energy low.
Oh, this is going to be tricky, because now we got to fly over from the survival kit. Oh no, wait, what? Lose all ownership and spawn as a new player. Okay. I'm gonna be very sad if this is not what I think this does. I'm gonna come in from the side over here, away from the gun on that side. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, come down to my body. Okay. There for a second I thought maybe it was going to get rid of what I claimed, but it didn't, so that's good. I should have been paying more attention to the oxygen thing, so I'm grateful that it didn't really go to town. Alright, so what we're going to do in here, let's see. Do we have the ability to... Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put a chair in here. That way we have a control point. And then we're going to try to use this Gatling gun to get rid of the problem children over there in the form of... Okay, why can't we do this? In the form of that gun over there. It's still saying neutral, which is good, but I suspect that's going to change soon, but let's see here, the Gat. Where are you at? Gatling turret. Okay. Ah, yes, we have good view on that. Perfect. Alright, so Gatling turret, you are now part of my process, so let's go ahead and go to off for the neutrals. You're set for weapons. Good to go. Alright. Oh yeah, you know what? Why not? We'll go to the assault cannon, and we'll set it up too because that's going to be a thing for us too. So let's go ahead and do that. Idle movement, small ships, large ships, characters, stations, no. Neutrals, no. Weapons for you as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get up here and put you back online. He doesn't have a lot of ammo, just 6 rounds, but that's fine because nothing's really... I don't expect anything to attack us, but I want to have it on hand while we're working on the rest of the facility. So, you know, might as well. Alright, good. Now we have our facility set up that way. Let's continue to explore what we've got in this facility. Okay. Alright, those are good. Let's see, what do we got down below? Alright, what do we got in there? More money. We'll grab those. Okay, there's an oxygen tank. Okay, that makes me feel really silly for having died of oxygen earlier. Okay, so we got all kinds of components here. That's good. Enough to make munitions for these weapons, too, which is really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and hack this and see if we got anything in here interesting. Power kits, we'll take that. Okay. I don't know about you. So we're gonna go ahead and knock you down a peg. We don't need programmable blocks anyway. Ooh, nice. Assembler, and we've got the other thing in there? Nice. Cobalt, okay. And these are gonna be most likely ores. That's gonna be my guess. Oh, wow. Ice, ores, pretty much a selection of everybody. Nice. So, tools and weapons and munitions, not so bad. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, nothing in there. What do we got in there? Okay, well that's good news. That's good stuff. Okay. So this was a really good find, pretty good swipe. We've got oxygen, I'm not sure how much. So I think at this point let's go ahead and hack this. Alright, and let's see, yeah. Alright, so that's pretty good. This ore processing facility, I forget all the different nice little things, but it's great for components to be able to start up some sort of base of some kind. So yeah, we'll take that off of there. We don't need that. We'll keep that there for now, though. Wow. Okay, we've got a battery here. This is a battery, and then we've got another one on the floor down here. But we don't have any power cells, so we can't really hack them. Got a total of 4 cargo containers. That's good. Got some glass. And I bet there's an H2O2 gen in here somewhere too, which is going to be really handy too. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So now I got to figure out... You know what I'm thinking, guys? I'm thinking on the moon, because we're going to head back to Mars, I'm thinking on the moon, instead of making a scrapyard base, we make a scrapyard ship. Use these components as part of our ship that we're going to patched together with scrap materials. We'll keep a bay available to put our scrapyard stuff in, and we'll have to build a hangar for our vehicle, and then ultimately we can find enough materials, enough scrap, maybe we can even get it off the ground, off the moon, and get it out there to the planet. It's going to be tricky. Basically, we're going to have a what boils down to a scrap base built up on landing gear, but I think we can do this. I think we can actually make it happen. This should be interesting. We'll have to build the ship around some of this. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna purpose some of this base to be part of this scrap ship, and then kind of work around what we haven't captured and used. So I think that having the GAT there is a good spot. Having the autocannon there, we'll leave that in place, and maybe connect everything via connections across the top here. Yeah, and then we'll have a cargo bay in here too for scrap, and a cargo and a place for the vehicle. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do now, because we have all this in place, let's go. First of all, I want to jump over here real quick. Yeah, there's nothing like that. Okay, let's go over here, back to our respawn pod. First of all, I don't want that marker anyway. We'll take that back to where we're at. We're gonna need to upgrade it, give it some, give it some extra parts, set it up with a few things, and then go from there. But first, let's get it back to the ore processing facility that is soon to be the scrap ship. And actually, we're going to change the name of that captured facility to the scrap ship. That's how we're going to do this. And then we'll continue with our quest around here, although I am going to change up the respawn pod, which I really don't want to call it a respawn pod. So what we're going to do with that whole nomenclature thing, first of all, is we're going to turn out. Oh, shoot. Yep. We're not going to mess with that. We're going to keep going this way. I want to widen the wheelbase, give it better structure, and then, but I don't want to weight it down too much. That way it's got more stability, and will reduce the speed on the wheels, so I have better controlling it. We'll put off-road wheels too. The other thing is we can transfer our survival kit from the rover to the scrap ship. The other cool part about having the scrap ship and going back to Mars is that we can also explore some of the others too. Some of the other moons, some of the even the what I'm going to call New Earth, but it's not going to be pleasant like the Earth-like planet. So the next few episodes are going to be basically salvaging this base that we took using the pirate part of Scrapyard Pirate. And then we're going to use that to set up this whole thing and make it really nice. So, alright, we got that in place. There we go. I still can't believe we can use our jetpack on the moon. That is so cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and first of all, it's not gonna be yeah, it's not gonna be this long width-wise. And the other thing is we gotta connect up here. And we're gonna get started here. Oh yeah. The color scheme's pretty cool, but I'm gonna lean towards a different color scheme. We've been doing yellow for so long, and I like to leave that for the industrial aspect of things. But alas, the real color I want is green, but we'll have to go with the blue. But for now, Let's use that color there, and we're going to make that, make it kind of rusty looking. Now, let's see here. We'll put this like this. Yeah, this will work nicely. Alright, let's go ahead and get the logistics stuff in place here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do an angle up with this one here. Actually, I kind of like the T intersection because that gives us the ability to go forward further if we want. And then right here is where I'll put a fan. That way there's a fan directly in the ceiling. Yeah, I like that. But on the other hand, there's something to be said about going with a an armored deal here too. So maybe this isn't such a good idea. Maybe it's better if we do a conveyor on this. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe we should do conveyor. Would look a lot better too, I think. Yeah. I don't know though. I'm kind of leaning more toward. Oh, you know what? Why not do the fan right there?
Meteor storm inbound.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one. We'll put the air vent fan here. So let's, we're gonna do this air vent here. But that way, we've got the, that way we've got that little, portion of things to do. Alright, logistics. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and hit that. There we go. Oops. I wonder if it wouldn't be a good idea to have it go off on either side. Do like a... Yeah, maybe we'll do one like this here. And then we'll go like so with this. Alright, and then let's see here. Where do we get the components for the rest of this? We'll get it from here. Yeah, we can use the steel tubes from in here. And then if we do that, that will give... What else do we need for this? Motors. Where are we going to get the motors? Motors. How tricky. Yet quaint. I don't want to take them from that if I can help it. Honestly, I feel like there's got to be something somewhere that we don't need necessarily that has motors in it. This has motors in it. We don't need a programmable block because it's console. You don't really program anything in a console. Okay, there's a fan down here, and we have fans up there. So we don't need that. We'll take it for the components. So, aha! Nice, okay. Now, what I'm thinking, I like this lower deck here. This is really cool. I like having a ship with 2 decks. So that's actually a really cool idea. But what I prefer is to have a ladder, not a ladder, well, we could do a ladder, but I'm thinking in terms of more something along the lines of a, like not a ladder, but like a stairway kind of deal. Oh, oh, huh, interesting. Never considered that, but you know, if we just put a ladder right here, it'll do the job too. And will leave us with a lot more components to work with for the yep, still sealed up, good to go. And then we just climb up to here and we're up on the next floor. Main deck, lower deck, good to go. Cool, now we got motors and we have pipes. So we get back to work. Ah, we're short a motor. Boy, you just like to run out of motors, don't you? You got motors? Cool, we'll take this. We don't have a need for an exhaust pipe anyway. Alright, cool. Yeah, this is good. And then we got... and then we can run that out the front if we want at some point. Okay, now let's see here.
Energy low.
Energy's always low. What are you talking about, sweet lady? Alright, so here we're going to go ahead. I don't want any of the cargo containers exposed to the outside, so... Alright, let's get this in place. Okay, that'll be good right there. And we'll keep the gap looking with this. Alright, go ahead and weld that in place. Huh, how did I end up losing some motors? How did I lose 3 motors? That's weird. Oh, because I put them in this thing here. Because I welded that up. Oh, that's right. Alright, well, dang. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and finish up the GAT. And we'll put the ammo in there.
Energy critical.
I'm not targeting stations because there are no stations in this area that's going to be attacking us. And we have officially become the enemy of the ore processing facility now. Okay, no problem. Well, that pretty much means that those guys hate us now, but you know what? Tough luck. That's how life goes. Alright. Now we have this here. And this goes there to here. But I wonder... can we take this airlock and rotate it to here? And make it a side-mounted airlock? But if we do that, how are we gonna... Yeah. This is a reconfiguration of the facility here because we want to be able to have... Well, this area over here is nice, but... you know what we could do? We're going to need a place to put thrusters, and we're going to a hydrogen tank, stuff like that, because we're going to need fuel. If we're going to go down to planet side, we're going to need a few things. But the biggest thing we need right now is what we're going to get at our vehicle. And that is oxygen and energy. Now, I'm thinking we could put the vehicle bay in the forward compartment. You know, like set up the vehicle bay underneath the forward portion here. And I'm thinking we could actually extend the forward portion out. Like you've got this AI block right here, but it's exposed. But I'm thinking we extend that out a little bit. We could set up our base, our core area right in there. Now this side here, let's see. That sticks out fairly far. But we could do this side here and extend this out as well. And the refinery can stay there. We just move the assembler over to here if we wanted to, or leave it all the way it is and then just reconfigure the inside. I don't know. But I'm definitely thinking that we want to put the cargo bay for the vehicle up here. That way we can somehow have a door set up here or something, and that way it opens up. So, where's the flooring on this? That's the floor right here. So, if this is the floor here... Alright. Let's go ahead and we're going to use this, actually. I like the hodgepodge appearance of two different types of stuff set up. It's kind of cool. I have to admit, it is a treat to fly around, but I know we get back to the planet, we won't have that advantage like we have up here. Okay. Alright, so those are there. So that's like that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that. Now this is going to be different. I don't want to make this look all rusty either, but I don't want it to look like it hasn't had any kind of wear on it. So I'm thinking using the dusty blue. So we'll use a dusty blue on this exterior, the exterior parts we put on here. You know, it gives it that scrappy look. And we'll put those parts on here. Now right here I'm thinking for this one we'll angle it down. And then I don't want it actually on the ground, so wow, that's not a lot of room actually. If we set this up like this, it's going to be fairly wide open. What is it now? Oh, a consignment drone, and we're not going to be able to get it. I mean, I could probably shoot out there with my jetpack, but I don't know. It feels kind of weird to do that. Okay, so yeah. So I'm thinking that we're going to probably want to go with a full block here, and then, or we could do a half, no, full block, because we're going to do a cargo door. Alright, we're going to get this all cleared out here. And then here and here. And then what we're going to do here is go ahead and, since we don't have what we need, we'll just use these for what we're going to do. Alright, so this is going to set up the ramp for now. And that ramp leads up to here. And we'll just core this out for the bay. But I'm concerned about what the deal is. I think, I don't know, let's see. Yeah, this is all. Now my thought is that this can be the bay. It's two slots high, so we should be able to do a set of gates if we can find them. Or one gate if we want to take and use the other. Alright, so that's going to be our bay there. Oh, you know what? How are we going to charge that thing if we have... Well, actually, it's not going to be too bad. Because we could always do an overhead charging station, maybe? I don't know. Alright, so we're going to put these things in wheel. Okay, so, and we're going to do a few things. First of all, we're going to put brake on there. And then we're going to put strength up, power up a little bit, height offset's fine, friction's fine, speed limit down. Alright, so let's take a look. Well, as it is, it fits just fine. We'll need to extend it out a little bit, but that works for now. That's a nice for now situation. Yeah. And then it'll come right in here into the lower dock, the lower bay. And then up here, up above, we have this area up there. And then on the sides, I would like to get this narrowed down a little bit and get extension back. So maybe I might turn that to be on this side and then have the other on this side. And look, we are venting some serious temperature here. Alright, so that's coming along nicely. So I think we got a pretty good start on some good stuff. They're going to go ahead and run another one of these. Do we have, what do we got? Well, we have enough to place another one of, some more of this. Now the other thing is we have this. So we're going to weld that up for a second, and then we're going to run. Let's see, we have that access, that vent there. We have the vent we took from downstairs, so that'll go over here. This vent is going to be our airlock vent. So we weld this up here. Let's see, do we have... Yeah, so this cargo container here we'll keep there. And then that potentially could be in the ceiling down here. A connector, if we have one, which we don't right now. But that doesn't mean we can't have one later. Yeah, now if we move this, well, that connects to the lower levels, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I think we did a pretty good save on our missteps there, and I think we got some pretty good something pretty good salvage wise. Not for one person there. That's pretty cool. Alright guys, oh, before we go, we gotta name our stuff. Can we name this, or is there... No, we can't name it. There's still too many things in here that aren't on the hack list, so... But it's okay. So we got a lot done today, guys. We survived. We had to start over on a different location, but you know what? We found an ore facility. We're going to turn it into our scrap ship. We're going to get started. We got a lot more to come. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time on Scrapyard Pirate's Life. Bye, guys.